If you find this recording, don't post it on social media. It's gonna be a real tearjerker.
We may still be reeling from the aftermath of Endgame, but Marvel didn't skip a beat replacing these iconic characters. Out with the old, in with the new. That's what Marvel seems to believe anyway. While we are still coming to terms with losing some of our favorite characters during Avengers Endgame, Marvel are already taking their next steps for the future of the MCU, preparing replacements for their fallen heroes. In this video, we will look at some of these exchanges and who will be picking up the mantle. After Steve Rogers gave up his shield in a touching ending to the character in the final moments of Endgame, he passed on the Stars and Stripes to none other than Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon. It was debated whether Sam or Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, would take up the part of Captain America, but Endgame confirmed it will indeed be Sam stepping into the role. But it doesn't sound like it will be an easy transition, with Marvel hinting that US Agent John Walker is the government's choice to put on the suit in the upcoming Disney Plus show The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And with the villainous Zemo making his return and Barnes looming over his shoulder, Wilson may have his hands full in Phase 4. Taika Waititi announced in classic Taika fashion the return of Natalie Portman in the upcoming Thor movie Love and Thunder, but in a different role. Although it had been touted that Foster may eventually become Valkyrie, she had seemingly dropped out of the MCU altogether, but the Comic-Con announcement confirmed that she will be returning as Mighty Thor, and with Chris Hemsworth's character seemingly joining up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, who have questionable fates, who knows how much of a feature he will be in the MCU going forward. After her heartbreaking demise in Endgame, Black Widow is finally getting her standalone movie in the upcoming aptly titled Black Widow. While it seems like Natasha Romanoff's fate will remain permanent, that doesn't mean the character of Black Widow will remain lost in Vormir, with the new introduction of Yelena Belova, played by Florence Pugh, who is believed to be taking on the moniker. In the comics, Yelena follows the same training as Natasha, and with Pugh becoming a household name, it feels almost inevitable. Solo Hulk films have had a myriad of problems behind the scenes, and that is typified by the fact we haven't had a solo film since the MCU's early days in 2008, when the role was played by Ed Norton, and with Ruffalo's Bruce Banner managing to turn into the Smart Hulk, and in doing so being able to use the second Infinity Gauntlet and getting severely injured in the process, it is unclear as to what the future will be for the character. But what we do know is that there will be a new Disney Plus show called She-Hulk, with Ruffalo in talks to be a secondary character, making way for a new Hulk in the form of Jennifer Susan Walters. However, at this moment in time, the role has yet to be cast and details have been sparing at best, so it remains to be seen what the future holds for Hulk in Phase 4. We may not know a lot about She-Hulk, but what we do know about is the upcoming Hawkeye series. The original Clint Barton seems to be stepping aside and taking up a pupil in the form of Kate Bishop, who does become Hawkeye in the comics. With Barton briefly turning into the character of Ronin after his family was wiped out, he did return back to his days of retirement after the snap was reversed, meaning that there is space for a new Hawkeye to emerge. But let's face it, how many times has the guy retired before? With the returns of James Gunn to the Guardians series, fans couldn't be more relieved, but he recently gave us a crushing blow when he announced that after Volume 3, that will be the end of him and the current Guardians. This is no doubt upsetting, but he did allude to the fact that Guardians in some form could return, with the original Guardians appearing in Volume 2 and references to Adam Warlock throughout. It seems doubtful that this will be the end of the Cosmic Trotters yet. Maybe we'll see a team led by Thor? This one is kind of a cheat, seeing as we haven't actually had the real Mandarin yet, but after rumors there was a real Mandarin out there, fans will finally get to see the real deal with Tony Leung playing the character in Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings. Fans were miffed after Ben Kingsley's character turned out to be nothing more than an actor playing the part, but they should finally be appeased with on-screen legend Leung taking up the role. Sometimes one replacement isn't enough. You have to replace them with two characters. She may have just flown into the MCU, but Captain Marvel may have some competition, with Miss Marvel getting her own show coming to Disney Plus, and Monica Rambeau, who made an appearance as a child in the Captain Marvel movie, apparently gearing up to play a leading role in upcoming MCU movies, with her now being an adult in the MCU timeline. For those unaware, Rambeau developed similar powers to Captain Marvel and originally held that title, but she is now better known as Spectrum. Who are you looking forward to seeing in Phase 4? Which hero will you miss the most? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more Marvel news.